I'm Barrett Brooks from the team here at Fizzle, and this is a clip from one of our founder stories, which are long-form interviews with founders we really believe in. In this clip in particular, Jess Lively, host of The Lively Show, shares one of her most powerful teaching concepts on how to make decisions based on your personal values. If you like this clip and you want to check out the full interview, be sure to stick around till the end to see how you can access it inside of Fizzle. So let's do like the 3-minute version of value-based intentions. What does that mean? Like, what are you actually teaching in this course that's become the core of your business?
Yeah. So like I said, I was unhappy with traditional methods of success. And I had studied all of this stuff, trying to figure it out. And I realized at the end of the day that just purely making choices in our lives based on this voice, picking all the things we want to have and do, means that we're not actually getting up to the top of success mountain, if you will, which is what we're kind of taught. We have all these things, and if we do all these things, then we'll be happy at the top. Stock photo, right? And there's like a sunrise and all that stuff. I'll say it doesn't work to have and do, and then just to get to the top to be. It doesn't work. What you end up doing is you just go, I call them shiny pennies. Any of the achievements or outcomes that are ego-driven, we're just collecting the next one. So we get the relationship, then we want to be in a committed relationship, then we want to be married, then we want to get the house, then we want to get the stuff in the house, then we want a lake house, then we just go around the lower levels. It's like a Mario coin. It's like, I actually say it's like a mouse in a maze. Okay. And so you get all the cheese, and eventually I got all these shiny pennies, all these cheese that I had on my vision cheese board, if you will. Yeah. And I was like, all right, so that's kind of meaningless. I can just keep creating more expensive cheese, like a Ferrari, but like that, I know if the Lexus doesn't help me, the Ferrari is not going to be that much different. So you kind of get eventually typically sick of the cheese, and you realize it doesn't matter. A lot of people that are in jobs that pay really well, but they're miserable, probably realize the cheese is not the end-all be-all. So then they get into the doing level, which is the second level of success. And that's great. It feels more empowering because outcomes are often outside your control. Like someone could steal your car, or the car could break down. There's a lot of things that or the relationship could end because they leave. So there's a lot of insecurity on the outcomes and the temporary feeling of happiness is fleeting. So then we go to doing. It feels empowering because you do have choice over what you do, and you don't have control over what happens to the outcomes you have. So that feels
like the idea of like, I'm going to write a blog post today because I'm in control, but I can't guarantee it's going to be a viral blog post.
Yes, so the outcome of having the viral blog post not in your control. You choosing to write every day, great, is better. It's second level. It's not first level. It's second level. But it is the mouse in the maze, and I did this, was like, all right, so I'm not going to chase the cheese. The point of the maze is to run the maze. I'm going to count how many maze miles I can run. So I stopped counting how much money I made in my business. I started counting how many people I helped, which I knew was an arbitrary number, but it was, and I knew it wasn't the being level, the third level of success, but I didn't know what that looked like. I was like, screw that, I don't get it, because that was what no one had taught me. So what happens when you're in the doing level is you're never focused on the present. It's very hard to be fully grateful, fully fulfilled, and fully joyful, because you're very often focusing on the distance between where you are now and where you want to be. So you're always, you're eyes on the prize. So you're always looking at the prize, and your prize is just moving. So you run 12 miles today, you got to run 13 tomorrow. And like, what happens when our output cannot continue to grow exponentially? Are we going to feel like we have failed? What happens when we're 60 and we can't run the same way we did when we were 20? How do we feel about ourselves in that case?
So we've got outcomes, kind of base level. We've got doing, activities. What's this third level?
Values. Being. So being level is all about living your values in the present moment, given your current circumstances. And the big shift is that you don't actually climb the mountain, and you start from the top and you work your way down.
Okay, that's interesting. So
that's like a whole, that's like a lot to go into. But
so let's just kind of like unpack value.